Hey Fandom, it's me, Aaron, for a comics show. We survived last week. We thrived last week. Last week was like, I just sat down and read comic after comic after comic. It was beautiful. It reminded me of the old days when like I just loved everything and everything was great and comics are they're turning around. Last week was great. Last week there was so much positivity, so many people excited about the books. We had a big Marvel day on Saturday, and this week there's a lot of good stuff too. Star Wars Chewbacca #1 by Duggan and Noto. It's good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, actually. The art's obviously beautiful. It's Phil Noto. But Chewbacca, it's the perfect story for him, taking on slavers. I mean, no, he's not taking on the slavers of his Wookiee homeworld, which was also hinted at for like maybe half a chapter in that Star Wars Aftermath book I read. I'm like, oh, cool. He's going to go liberate his own. Oh, I guess the camera changed to something else. But anyway, this is awesome. Chewbacca's great. It's very pretty. Just look at this scene of him just laying in flowers. Like, look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. And it's cool. And just, even if you're on the fence about it, just read the first thing where it's like, you know, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's funny. Chewbacca destroyed the Death Star with the help of his sidekick Han. And, you know, now he's just, you know, running an errand and nothing's going to go wrong. And it's awesome. Star Wars Shattered Empire, we get issue 3 1 week after issue 2. 4's coming out soon, and it all has to be out before the movie, obviously, because this is the journey to Star Wars Force Awakens. And we think that, we have a theory about it, you know, that it's integral, it's important, that the one guy's parents are in this book heavily. They're the heart and soul of this book. It keeps seeming like they're going to die, they're going to get killed, they're going to get killed. They survived the Death Star, they survived Endor, they survived this and that, they survived this issue too. I'm not spoiling anything. However, I think they're going to die. That's what I think. And yeah, you know, then maybe a princess will adopt him. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But nothing spoiled for this book. None of that happens. But it's fun. It's cool. And Luke's on the cover of the next issue. Hopefully he'll be actually in the issue more than like 1 or 2 panels. But he's on the cover. Cool. You know. So where Rucka's like, hey guys, can you make the covers kind of more reflect what I write on the inside, please? But hey, you know, whatever. Really pretty covers. I like it. Moving on to Marvel, the all-new, all-different Marvel. There's 6 #1s this week, and sound like a shill, but I enjoyed all of them, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. What's really cool about this, it's still Bendis, but with things going on with Fantastic Four not being a book, and the X-Men being, you know, allergic to Terrigen mists or whatever, and going off wherever they go to whatever they do or whatever that is. We haven't had a proper X book out yet, so we don't really know. But we have Kitty here, which makes sense. Kitty is the new Star-Lord off in space. Star-Lord, Quill is running the planet because his dad's gone, and Thing is here. And from the beginning, when people saw that, like, why is Thing in space? What's going on? Why is he in space? Thing was always, Ben Grimm always wanted to be in space. He trained his whole life to be in freaking space, not to be on Yancey Street, not to walk around in a trench coat and weird glasses, pretending like no one knows you're the freaking Thing. In space, he works, and it's fun, and I really liked it, and I really like these Guardians. You have a Spider-Man character with Venom, an X-Men character, a Fantastic Four character, a motley crew of weirdos, and it's fun, and Rock Raccoon's awesome. It seems like he's the leader now. It just seems like it. It's cool. I like it. Uncanny Avengers, this is Stegman on R. Duggan. It was interesting, very interesting. I enjoyed it. Rogue is a total racist, though. Rogue is completely like, you would think someone that spent her whole life being hated because of who she is as a mutant, she wouldn't be so goddamn hateful towards the Inhumans. She's like, you damn inhuman poison filth, you know, like, but some of those rumors that Bleeding Cool Rich Johnson was putting out there about the mist being what is poisonous to X-Men and causing the lessening or the demise of X-Men, or X-Men not being on Earth or whatever, yeah, that's here. There's stuff of that here. And Rogue is still on the team, and it's addressed heavily in here explicitly. And we also have Johnny Storm Human Torch on here. So, you know, this is not the android Human Torch. This is Johnny Storm, Fantastic Four Human Torch on this team. We have an Inhuman, We have, I guess, another Inhuman, I suppose, with Quicksilver. I haven't checked this week to see what he is. And yeah, it's fun. And heavily Deadpool. Heavily Deadpool. And Steve Rogers vouches for him and says, no, he's on the team. I was right about Logan. I'm right about Wade. He's on the team or you're off. And one of the characters was like, all right, I'm out then. Screw this. So it was fun. The first issue I thoroughly enjoyed. The new Avengers, what I was mainly into this book for is not the creative team, but the cast of the book. Like, it's characters I've liked and characters we haven't seen, like Songbird, Hulkling, and Wiccan. Yeah, we've seen enough of Squirrel Girl, but whatever. Like, it's cool. Her on a team is neat, and this is where DaCosta Sunspot panned out too. Like, not really addressed about what is going on with his mutant stuff and his how he's getting treatment for the poisoning from the Inhumans, but it was a fun book. It has its unique place, its unique niche to what it's doing in that Marvel universe. And if you like that mix of characters, you'll probably like it. Captain America, Sam Wilson, Nick Spencer's writing this, and it is really well done. I really liked it. I didn't dislike Rick Remender's run. I love Rick Remender, but this seems more political, I suppose, from the first issue. And I know Nick Spencer is a politico. I know he actually ran for mayor of Chicago or some bull crap. I spoke to him in person about this, and he was a little coy about what he did and how he ran for office and whatnot. But it's cool. It has the purpose of this Captain America different than Steve, and what he's doing is putting him in direct opposition to Steve and S.H.I.E.L.D. And Sam Wilson has his own supporting cast, his own team with Misty and D-Man. Yeah, D-Man's in here. It's awesome. So I thoroughly enjoyed the first issue. Great start. Spider-Man 2099, it's still Peter David, so it's still legit. And if you read the Amazing Spider-Man #1, you know what the role is, as he's an employee of Peter Parker. And that's cool. You know, I'm digging the Spider family vibe. And Radioactive Spider-Gwen actually has nothing to do with Parker Industries or that Peter Parker. It is a direct continuation of everything. It's the same exact creative team. Didn't need a new #1, but we'll take it. And it was fun. It was cool. The art's great. This book, everything works. There's nothing needed to change in it. Everything is working, and I enjoy it. Latour and Rodriguez are doing a great job. Batman, I'm digging it. I didn't think I'd like the RoboCop Batman, but I'm liking it. And Batman and Robin Eternal, #1 last week. I don't think I gave it enough praise with all the craziness of last week, with all the Marvel #1s and all that stuff, and the 4 Star Wars books. But Batman and Robin Eternal by Snyder and Tynion, it is exactly what I want, exactly what I love. And if you are in any way a more hardcore Batman fan of the Bat family and all that, and even if you're a skeptic or a cynic that's like, oh, how did he have all these different Robins in the same 5-year period or 6-year or however much they want to say this urban legend's been around? How did he run through all these kids? Why does he keep putting these kids in harm's way? What the hell's up with all these new kids? And because there are several new kids on the block, like Harper Row and Spoiler and whatnot. And of course, all the We Are Robins. But with this, Cassandra Cain's back. There's some character called Mother. There's a character called Orphan. And there's all these names on this list that Grayson finds. And all those names on the list are the names of the people that Batman took under his wing. So it's Dick Grayson, it's Jason Todd, it's Tim Drake, it's Harper Row, and this is getting to that mystery, that ultimate mystery of why the F does Batman keep getting all these kids and taking them and dressing up in costumes and putting them in harm's way? Like, can you imagine if we found out why Michael Jackson kept taking all those kids to that ranch? I mean, this is integral stuff. Like, this is something that any Batman fans always wondered about, and this book is promising to answer those questions with that full cast, without Batman Bruce there, because he's obviously incapacitated with his bat amnesia, where he remembers Bruce but doesn't remember Dick. So, yeah, doesn't remember Dick. Moving on, Bombshells. Loving this book, and this was like my favorite Bombshells cover concept with Zatanna and Constantine as the rabbit. Great stuff. Vertigo's doing these new #1s. This is the one I was most interested in, Twilight Children, because it's Gilbert Hernandez and Darwin Cook, and I really liked it, so give that a shot if you want. Moving on, Walking Dead. I'm so glad we got a new issue of Walking Dead out this week because we have the Walking Dead beer. It's blood orange IPA. It's a red IPA. It's heavy alcohol content. It's a bomber size, more than a pint, and it's cool. It says it has a horrendous amount of hops, but that blood orange kind of sweetens up that bitterness, and it's so freaking good. Thank you, Robert Kirkman. I am going to be pushing the hell out of this, and all the Walking Dead volumes are buy one, get one free in the store. So 1 through 24, buy one, get one free for until I feel like not doing it anymore, or until we run out of this beer. And yeah, cool. It's gonna be a great time. So seriously, it's a good beer. If you like IPAs at all, get it. And even if you don't want to open it, just collect it. It's cool. It's a great, look at this. Look at the blood on it. It's awesome. Moving on, Scotty Young and I Hate Fairyland. You know, he's the guy from all the Young covers, Scotty Young, the Young Marvel covers. You know, he's the guy that won all those Eisners for all the Wizard of Oz books. And now apparently he hates Fairyland. And maybe he does. I mean, maybe if you spent years and years of your life just drawing these characters in Fairyland for all that Oz bullcrap, maybe you'd want to, I don't know, have this cathartic thing of killing off so many of them in a book. And there is also a variant cover that we have plenty of that says F Fairyland, but actually the words, you know, it actually says F-U-C-K Fairyland. This is cute, but hardcore violence. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, obviously. It's for immature adults. If you're an immature adult, get it, you know, fun. New Sex Criminals. It's Harvey Award-winning humorist Chip Zdarsky and Chums, because apparently Chip Zdarsky won the Harvey Award for Best Humorist for Sex Criminals, even though he's a collaborator, he's the artist, he's not the writer. I'm sure that a lot of the stuff he does collaborating gets a lot of the humor in it. But obviously Fraction is funny himself if he came up with this cover, ridiculing the whole thing, you know, and I enjoyed it. And it also has another one of these cool covers of whatever the hell this, I'm opening it for the first time now on camera of what this is. And yeah, cool. It is, you got the faces covering up the naughty bits. That's pretty awesome. Sex Criminals. Yeah, I like it. Kind of like, what? Oh, crap, there's some naughty bits, but I don't know, it's too small. It's too small to, like, I mean, there's faces over, there's faces over. It's good, it's good. I like it. Cursed Pirate Girl, 2015 annual #1. This is really thick. You can read this even if you have not read any other Cursed Pirate Girl. It's a unique experience. The art is totally beautiful. And yes, it says an annual. That's only because there's no possible way this guy will ever get out more than one comic a year. So it's an annual. If you have the chance to get this, to pick this up at your comic book store, seriously get it. And it even smells old-timey. It even smells like some type of like old-timey fuel, like maybe diesel or I don't know. It's great though. And if you ever get to meet him at a con, he is just terribly charming. Lumberjanes Beyond Bayleaf. I've read volumes 1 and 2 of Lumberjanes to my daughter. She thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll be reading this to her tonight. I really like that book. It's awesome. And finally, Jim and the Hologram, Showtime. Volume 1 is out. Come and get it. It's here. And hopefully you'll be able to find this beer somewhere because it is very, very good. Like it's bitter and then sweet. It's heavy. It has a high alcohol content. And it's like, you know, when your wife's like, okay, you can have one beer. And you're like, okay, this is the one, you know? Thanks, guys. Goodbye.